Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week: a homicide in the Scotiabank parking lot. Hundreds show up to a pair of Chilliwack Black Lives Matter marches last week, and with cool conditions this spring, major flooding has so far been avoided. Thanks for watching. We are committed to providing local news and news that impacts our local audience from Harrison to Garrison, Greendale to Hope, and everywhere in between, including Agassiz, Cultus Lake, Little Mountain, Fairfield Island, Promontory, Chiacton First Nations, Yarrow, Five Corners, Chilliwack. Our very special guest this week will be Nicole Williams of the Chilliwack Fair. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. Violence in downtown Chilliwack on Saturday night as the body of a man in his late 50s was discovered. This was behind the Scotiabank on Yale. The victim identified as 58-year-old Charles Chucky Henry Close. He had wounds indicative of homicide. IHIT called in to investigate. He was a well-known homeless man. The discovery was made around 11 o'clock Saturday night. Not only has IHIT taken over this investigation, but the family has started a GoFundMe page to help pay for funeral costs. The Black Lives Matters protests came to the Fraser Valley, with one in Abbotsford and a pair of marches in Chilliwack. Now, last week, chillTV introduced you to Leandra Soleil, one of the CSS students who organized the march. Some 1,000 people showed up at last Friday's march, and another 150 showed up for the Saturday follow-up.
Wasting away, watch the clouds float by my window.
It has been a story that disturbed any animal owner. For the past couple of weeks, people in Abbotsford have spotted a dog with its muzzle taped shut. Somebody used duct tape on the dog, who was last seen near Discovery Trail. SPCA continues to track the dog and hopefully capture the canine and then find out who was cruel to the animal. A year ago, chillTV told you about an interesting business and tourism idea, a gondola at Bridal Falls. Jason Faulkner, the man behind the Sea to Sky gondola, is also behind this project. 1 year later, and a global pandemic to deal with, chillTV reached out for an update. The original timeline, if all went according to plan and the permits were granted, would be shovels in the ground this summer and a 2021 start date. chillTV has spoken with Mr. Faulkner, and we plan to have an update next week. The freshet seems to be easing off. While a few trees along the Vedder Trail have fallen into the Vedder River from erosion, flooding has been minimal so far. But we're not out of the woods, as there are a few more weeks of snowmelt in the interior that will make its way down the river system and past Chilliwack. The P&E was canceled due to COVID-19 and came up with a great idea for anyone having a craving for those infamous mini donuts. They started a drive-through. The Abbotsford Agri Fair will do the same thing as a fundraiser next week. Well, chillTV put that idea to the Chilliwack Fair. And while the fair won't be doing the drive-in donut idea, they have a few plans for a virtual fair. Don Lehn, chillTV, along with Nicole Williams, the event coordinator for the Chilliwack Fair. Going to put you on the spot a little bit. Over the past couple of weeks, the P&E, as we all know, has canceled, but they decided to do a mini donut drive-in. Abbotsford Agri Fair is going to do something similar next week as a fundraiser. Chilliwack Fair. We got the fair somehow, the 148th edition coming up, August 7th to 9th. Are we doing donuts, or what are we going to do this year? This has been a weird year for you guys.
It definitely has. You know, I guess the silver lining in all of it is that we can all be super creative with ideas of how to still have a community event. We're not going ahead with a donut drive-through at this point. Who knows? The plans change on a daily basis, but not at this point. But I love what Abbotsford is doing with that, and the P&E had good success there, and still finding a way to celebrate without, you know, while we're following all the rules.
Can we talk about what is coming down the pipe for the Chilliwack Fair?
We can. We've got so many ideas. They keep coming in every day, like I said, and we just keep on finding a way to implement them. So right now our big focus is on the prize book and still offering classes and things that people can create and enter at the fair, but they're going to do so by taking a photo or a video of themselves. So we're still going to offer 4-H classes all across the board and all across the province even, which is kind of cool. It's a new twist on things, and maybe we can get some kids from way out of town that normally wouldn't make the trip down to Chilliwack for their event. So they'll be submitting their entries by short video. And so then we'll compile everything, and it'll still get judged, and they'll still get prize money, which is great. As well, we've got tons of home and garden classes still. We can't offer quite everything that we normally would, but we're doing the best we can to offer as much as we can. And this year, because of the COVID pandemic, we are offering all of our home and garden classes as well as the 4-H entries to be free this year, which is really great.
Okay. And then, of course, is Brian Minter going to be involved in any of that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should give him a call.
Okay, there's the shout out to Brian Minter. Get a hold of Nicole. Yeah. What else do we have on tap? Or can you say?
Well, we don't have all of those plans in place quite yet, but our idea board would involve some heritage pieces. So where we can get stories of how people who have been involved in the fair forever, or as far back as we can track. So we're going to try and do some interviews and some educational content on the heritage side of things, which is always great to hear from people who have been involved for so long, and keep that tradition alive. As well, we're going to feature some local artisans, some creators who, have made a living out of small business and the amazing artwork that they create. So, seeing, a day in the life of one of their creations. Also, we'll do some entertainment. We're throwing around some ideas for that. I can't quite release all of that information yet, but we will do something for the artists who have always been amazing to come out and perform for the community at the fair physically. So we want to support them because obviously it's been tough for, everyone, but tough for those artists who want to perform for crowds, big and small, without crowds. And, they're finding great ways online. So we want to support them as well.
So it sounds like you're still doing a call out. So if anybody has any ideas or want to contribute, email you at Chilliwack Fair?
Yeah, Nicole at chillwackfair.com. And, we're happy to have more ideas and more thoughts, and the more the merrier, really. And we're just being creative with how we can involve all of these things online, live and pre-recorded. And I think we'll be able to really put together some great information and some great entertainment. And
of course, everything will be updated on the Chilliwack Fair website.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. It's been a big process, obviously, with more stuff going online. We have had to completely redo our website. So it's our prize book. Our goal was today to be able to say on this interview that we will have our prize book online today, and our website will be at least to that stage updated, so people can go there to see, if you've been growing your dahlia or you've planted your seeds and you want to know what you can enter. Everyone's been spending a little more time in the garden or baking or learning how to bead or sew. So we want people to get that information in people's hands.
We will talk again very, very soon. Nicole Williams, Chilliwack Fair, thanks again for taking some time out of a very busy day of yours.
Thank you so much for having us. We'd be happy to join you again.
You're welcome. And that's Nicole Williams of the Chilliwack Fair. And you're watching chillTV's News of the Week. Local Métis and Stalo business leader Louis DeJagger is trying his hand at politics again. DeJagger announced his intention to run for Region 2 Director of the Métis Nation, British Columbia. He ran as a Liberal nominee in Chilliwack during the 2015 federal election and lost to MP Mark Strahl. In 2018, he ran for Chilliwack City Council and was 810 votes shy of the final seat. There are 20,000 registered Métis in BC and another 70,000 that self-declare. The Métis BC election is September 10th. Usually when Harrison Lagoon is shut down, it's in the dead heat of summer combined with, dare we say it, goose poop. So this notice comes as a bit of a surprise. Granted, with COVID-19 precautions and the lack of people around the beach, it makes sense. Fraser Health has ordered the village to post no swimming signs for the west part of the lagoon area of Harrison Lake due to high E. coli bacteria readings. Hopefully, a little rain and wind will stir things up, and eventually the warning will be lifted.
Wasting away, watch the clouds float by my window.
BC Hockey League has released some of the details from their recent AGM. The Hockey Canada Registry opened up on schedule on June the 1st, so that means teams are able to operate business as usual when it comes to acquiring players and build their rosters for the 2021 season. BC Hockey League also provided a COVID-19 update touching on the opening of that HCR, their efforts to return to play, and as well the ongoing discussions with the provincial government. The league also published a two-part recap of the recently completed annual general meeting and the changes that come about. Some of those changes include stricter rules around fighting, slew footing, and charging, as well as a modernized way of filling out game sheets. Now, when it comes to fighting, it's now 2 fights and then expect a major suspension. The old rule allowed for 4 fights before you had a date with the commissioner. Grass fields in Chilliwack have reopened. There were concerns about Chilliwack Slow Pitch, Chilliwack FC, as well as the Chilliwack Giants, but all will be heading back to the grass. The National Lacrosse League has raised the white flag and canceled the remainder of the 2020 playoff season. The Vancouver Warriors were not in the run for the title anyway. They finished the season with a 4-9 record, and they were out of playoff contention. Canada West announcing Monday that no conference competition, regular season playoffs, or championships will occur in a number of sports, including men's and women's soccer, football, the women's rugby 15s, women's field hockey, among others. And this is only during the first term of the 2021 season. And this will directly affect both UFE and Trinity Western. It is hoped that some training will continue to keep athletes motivated when hopefully the sports are back on the full-time docket in the new year. chillTV weather. Well, the weather hasn't exactly been balmy, has it? Expect June showers for the next few days and highs close to 19. Thanks for watching chillTV's News of the Week. If you would like to be involved in reporting news in Chilliwack and have a story you think we should know about, send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.